So we've got another little hole near the front wheel. Just there. It looks like it's had a bit of a ding here before. It's all filled up with body filler up on this corner. Not too worried about it. It feels okay from the inside. Just needed to be straightened out, and it is hard to get up into that area by the look of it. One bit of concern here. I thought, oh no, it's all rusted through there. It's not too bad. It's only a bit of surface rust, so I'm going to put a bit of rust converter on that and a bit of primer as well, and seal that, because this is where the channel runs down and it can run inside the door, etc., through the grill and out. So this is a rust potential to start with. So I've already cut out the patch. Where was the rusty pit? Okay, looked like that. I'm going to get a bit of cardboard, trace it out, and see what sort of a shape we can come up with the cardboard, and then get the tin and actually match it. Now, I was thinking, because this area has already been filled, I might actually tap this down a little bit and actually lap weld it over the top, so I don't have to be as precise with this corner as I had been on the back. Not sure yet, but not sure. So lap welding means you just cut it a little bit bigger, tap it down so it fits, and you've got a little area. Might be prone to rusting more at the back. That's about my only concern, that it might rust in there, but I can actually get up in here and spray it with primer and a bit of paint as well. So either way, or seam filler. I can get in there with my finger. I've got some brush on seam filler as well. Obviously the bus is 30 odd years old. I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. If it lasts another 30 years, well, good on it. It'll outlast me, I think. I hope not, but anyway, we'll go from there. Alright guys, so after a bit of effort, you can see this rust here. There's a hole in it. I can see the hole all the way through, but the thing is, it goes into the door jamb. So I'm not really too worried about it. I can see the hole. Okay, it goes into there, right up in there, and it goes into there. So I'm not really too worried about it, because as I said, a bit of seam sealer along there. I can't feel it. Must be in that gap. I can see light though. How can I see light? Very interesting. I'll put my torch in it in a minute. Or maybe I'll just spray a bit of paint through it. It doesn't come out there. Oh, that's alright. It's up in there, right. Okay, that's fine. No great drama. So, seam sealer through it. I can't really do too much more other than cut it out as well. Maybe I should do it properly. But as I said, it's 30 odd years old now. That little tiny bit of rust may spread and may eat the whole car out. I don't think so. It's amazing, even new cars, how much rust they've got in them now. Right, so I've made my template. Well, I actually didn't. I just brought the piece of tin down with me and cut it out. So it's going to sit roughly, whoops, about there. We're going to butt it up against the top. Sorry, we're going to butt it up against the top, but we're going to overlap it down the side here. A little bit more work on that corner. We'll pop it in as we go. But a nice little fit on that little patch there, and we'll pop it in a little bit and fill it, because it does have a lot of filler in it at the moment. So otherwise I wouldn't have done it. I would have butt welded the whole lot. I'll butt weld the top, lap fill down the side, and lap fill down here as well. Give that a bit of a clean up, so the welder will be able to do its job. So that'll be another little bit done on Maisie. Alright guys, so we've managed to tack it in with our little flux core welder. Not very good. I don't really like a flux core welder, but at this point in time I don't have enough of the cash to buy an argon welder. So at this point in time, it's as good as it gets. It does have a lot of penetration because it burns through that many times. It's not funny. So that's what the patch looks like at the moment. Of course, we've got to fix it up underneath here yet. Bend that corner down a bit further so it matches, and tap it all the way along there too. And then we'll get, under here, and then we'll get to join all these little tacks together into one continuous weld. We'll see you on the flip side. Alright, welcome back guys. Patch is in. A couple of little holes here and there along there, so I'll fill them up shortly. Good down there. Just on the corners, as I said, that little welder isn't the best, and I'm not the best welder, but as long as it holds all the way along the bottom there, I've done as well. So I've just tapped it in a little bit. I'll fill them up and grind them back down again, making sure I'll have a look down here to see if there's any more holes, etc. But all in all, not a bad little patch. Once I've done all that, I'll get up underneath and spray a bit more paint after I've finished the front to keep a little bit more moisture out. Alright, see you on the flip side. Alright guys, just like before with the filler, I've done my little holes there, so 50-1 with the filler, and then we'll spread it with our small spreader to start with. I found the plastic flexi blade, and a couple of others that are a little bit wider. But first I'll use the small one to scrape it down into those awful weldy bits to get them nice and deep and set onto the metal. Right, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Mixing up the brew. It's like icing, isn't it? Any of you guys iced a cake before? If you have, just let me know. Alright, once it's the same colour consistency all the way through, get right down to the board. Scrape the board a few times now, don't be scared. Doing the edge, as long as your board is clean, it shouldn't pick up too much grit. I've been using this board for a long time. I just find it a good size and clean it off regularly. Okay, let's do the little edge bits first that overlap. The filler just fell off then, that's okay. Get into it here and here. Overlap there, that's a bit. Right, put a little bit more on with the small spatula. Right up to where our filler was before. Make sure our edges are all filled there. And we'll start working it pretty quickly because we're going to run out of time otherwise. Looks awful. Yes, it does. Right, see how we go from there. The plastic scraper. And we'll work our way. This time I'm going to work up into that other body filler. Doesn't have to be perfect the first time. Believe you me, none of my last times aren't perfect either. Start to work it too much and you find that you're digging holes, etc., just leave it. Alright, got the heat gun to it. It's pretty solid. I really don't like that much body filler in a car. However, sometimes it just can't be helped. Older cars, etc., but this one has been repaired in that spot before. But yeah, so this guy's just all surface rough, so I'll clean that off. Give it a bit of rust treatment on those. And because this is part of the strengthening of these buses, what they did, unlike the old buses, is they actually made this bit here that is solid just behind the bumper bar. It's also got a Y chassis right at the front here, so if you were to hit anything, and also they've got a strengthening bar right here as well. So if you were to hit anything, sorry, the strengthening bar right here up the front, you can see the Y chassis underneath to get more strength in the front. So yeah, a little bit stronger than the old buses where you virtually sat on top of the headlights. A little bit longer in the nose as well. You'll notice here, if you have a look at some of the old film clips about these buses as well, is the steering column itself. If you were to hit something where it's actually hinged, it's got a collapsible steering column. It's actually got a knuckle inside here, so if you hit anything a lot, this steering wheel actually folds forward away from the driver, so you're not going to actually be plunged into the steering wheel. So steering wheel there, that's out of focus. Come on, focus up. Okay, so yeah, so a little bit safer than the other buses. Not to say I wouldn't like an older bus, but this is what I could afford for what I got. Oh, yeah, something out in the back. That's right, I'll just show you. Go around here. I've taken the centre row of seats out, so this was actually an 8-seat bus. 2 in the front, 3 here, and 3 there, so that gives you plenty more room. Easy to take out. So they actually have 2 sliders. Thanks, Matt. Oh. 2 sliders. The whole seat can be slid back on at any time or just slid out. So converting it to a camper, quite easy. I might actually use those sliders somewhere else and take them off the bottom of the seat. I did notice something very strange in the seat. I'm hoping it's just the spring. Can anybody see that shape? If you can see that shape, I'm going to, it hasn't moved at all in the last week. I'm going to cut the seat open to see if it isn't, and I'm hoping it's not a dead snake in there, or I'm hoping that it's just a set of springs that's come up, but we'll soon see. All right, a little bit of stuff. It's a snake. I'll probably jump 3 feet because I'm only 3 feet tall anyway, so that'll make me 6 foot. So yeah, yummy. Okay guys, so I've filled it up and didn't turn out too bad again. So that corner has to be done. Bit hollow here, and just on that corner. So we'll give it a second fill and we'll see how smooth we can get this corner. Okay guys, so another one almost bites the dust. You can see here in the paint, you can't see that, it's not that crash hot. It's got a couple of little ripples etc in it. It was because I did spray it a bit hard in that corner. Ooh, focus up, dude. I don't know why it does that, but anyway, here's my hand, here's my focus point. Let's try that. There we go. So it's not too bad. Paint wise, you can see here up the whole thing there's been moisture underneath the paint and started bubbling, but that's okay. We're fixing the bits that we need really to fix at the moment, and then we'll go back and sand the rest of it. Oh no, I've got a fingerprint. I must have touched it. I don't know anybody can get into my my house and my computer with my fingerprint. Just kidding. So at the moment Maisie's looking all right down this side. That bit's done. Bit of work to do there. This seam I'm hoping is just surface rust. It looks like it. I've put a bit of oil on things. That's what the stripy bit is. And this back section I've been working on. I'm pretty proud of my back section. It came up better than I expected. better than I expected. Within here we've got to pull out. We'll do the whole tap down there and tap down there method to try to pull that out, and if that doesn't work, we'll drill it. Pull it on there and put a plug in it.